Hey guys, Gak Attack. This is the tournament matches we played against EVE for the semifinals of the tournament on PS4. It's Manhunt playing with my team TVA, who I met I think a week before the tournament, or 2 weeks before the tournament after I lost my old team. So I decided to arrange with these guys to set up to fill my spot for the tournament, and then we trained together for a week, and then we did pretty well for the beginning, but the other teams we played against weren't very prepared. So this was kind of our first. This was our first series against a team that was, well, kind of a little more organized. So good game to EVE. It's Ninkin, Fantasy, Cloud9, Mama 5, and Chili Sweet. All really good players, and they beat us, so good games to them. Right here in the beginning, I'm probably just going to commentate over this game, but this beginning I get caught off, like, completely off guard. It's kind of embarrassing, but I mean, we weren't exactly in the best, or I wasn't exactly in the best mindset, but I get warmed up near the end, and this game is very well played. The two prison games, so the first game is played on prison, and the second one is played on St. Pierre. The third game, which is the tiebreaker game because this was a close game, was played on prison again, and that one is extremely close. So if you don't watch the St. Pierre game, which is not a good game for me or my team, but it's if you do skip over any of these videos or you don't end up watching the entirety of this video, definitely watch the last game because that game was so close. You should definitely watch it. Definitely worth your time. There's a lot that went on in this tournament. Good and bad. Mostly bad because in the fourth bracket there was Zodiac's team and Lady Trickster's team, BTB, which I think every player from there except for my friend Mojo came from Xbox. So all of them were they've all played in tournaments. There was 69B, which is a really old clan. I think they were back from Brotherhood. So they're pretty old. Big egos on that team. But they didn't do too well, and they got disqualified for some bad behavior. One of the members was pretty insulting. So, yeah, no trash talk for tournaments, guys. Remember that. And then the third team in the bracket 4. I'm talking about bracket 4 because that was probably it was the most competitive bracket. There were 3 teams per bracket, and so there are 12 teams in total. But the fourth team, or what am I saying? The third team, MHA. I think they've been around since AC3. Yeah, they've been around since AC3, and they were. I think, I'm definitely rooting for them for this tournament because they get a lot of flack for. I don't know why they get a lot of flack, but just for being good, I guess. But they're really good teams, and they should not be underestimated. I think, and Manhunt's their main mode. They all play Manhunt mainly, so I think they definitely do deserve. Wow, really good thing we had going here. But these guys kept their lead a lot. I was afraid of this match. They get a really good lead on us for all of the games, not like with SXS. But back to the teams. So I thought that Zodiac's team would win 69B. They didn't have their full team assembled. Like I think that if they had their team from AC3, they definitely, I'm pretty sure Gel was an Assassinate player, and Dubois. I don't mean any offense to these guys, of course, but I'm pretty sure I heard that they found these players in public lobbies to join their team because 69B is pretty low on members in their clan. Most of their members are still on PS3, unfortunately, but Besides besides some of the personalities of certain members of their team, they definitely have strong players and good teamwork. So it's just too bad that they couldn't bring out the big guns. But I was expecting Zodiac's team to win his bracket. And when you watch the videos on YouTube, there was some lag in it, but MHA definitely gets the better of them. So I think that MHA deserves. I don't want to say. I think it's rude to say who deserves to win, but I think that they're a very strong team, and I'm friends with a couple of their members too. So I'd like to see them win. In this bracket, I'm just gonna spoil it now because you'll find out in half an hour anyway. But EVE gets the better of us. They beat us 2-1, and I think the biggest weakness we had was that when I trained with TVA the week before the tournament. First of all, most of them they play different modes other than Manhunt, and most of the other teams in this tournament mainly play Manhunt. So I needed to train them enough that they'd be able to play on that competitive level. So doing that was definitely a challenge to do in a week. So what I had to do was I told them to use the sets they were most comfortable with, and then I just adapted my sets to what would work well with their sets. And so we kind of fiddled around, and we each had kind of our own set that we would use. But the problem was that it made it harder for us to adapt to new playstyles. So when we played against these guys, for example, their defensive wipe definitely... Oh, hold on a second. Alright, yeah, big clusterfuck. Okay, oh yeah, that was a really good play right there. Got a quadruple. So yeah, as you can see, our team isn't, for a week of training, our team did really well. After I told them to use the sets they were comfortable with, we went over the maps and went over wall spots, stuff like that. I was gonna have us, fun fact, I was gonna have us point starve or learn. No, I was gonna have us learn how to point starve just so we could be prepared for it. But I wasn't gonna do that until the finals because the tournament didn't really matter to me unless we made it that far. So against this team, we still did walling. We didn't have much time to prepare. Well, we prepared, but we just didn't have time to prepare to point starve. So I mean, yeah, we're still walling here. What else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, well, sorry. I keep getting kind of distracted, but I would have had us point starve, but there were there were a lot of reasons why I didn't do that. So first of all, if we did point starve, I'd have to deal with a whole bunch of shit from the community. Everybody would probably, people especially for my 1v1 tournament videos, people know that I run a lot, and my play style already is kind of, I play a lot of stun and run. That's kind of how AC4 is, but I do a lot more of the running. So I won't, there's two people on the ground already who have been stunned, and I'm on the hiding round, then I'm probably just gonna bail. I don't want to add any more points. So that's just kind of my play style already, and so a lot of people just associate that with the point starving anyway. So that's kind of who I am. A lot of people don't like it, so if I did point starve, it probably would not help my reputation as a player. So continuing the wall was definitely a good thing for us. And if we did go in point starving and we weren't prepared for that, we probably would have done it really sloppily. and we probably would have lost anyway, and then we would have looked even worse. So we walled against them. We had close, intense matches, and I enjoyed it too. I don't, unless I'm with a team that's really prepared to point starve and who's trained with me to do it, then we're not going to do tactics outside of just the ones that we've been training with. So that's why we're still walling here and not point starving. So yeah, match is coming to a close. This is like one of my first commentaries, or one of my only commentaries that I've actually gotten to the full 10 minutes, so might as well finish it off here. 30 seconds left in the game. I am sabotaged. We have the lead, but we get completely screwed over here. Like, they have us good. And if this was your, like, if there were no commentary here, you guys would probably be biting your nails, like, yeah, they probably lost here, but no, we keep it up, and we get the ground finishes, and it really is an intense match. So, yeah, definitely really good game. Except for the last one, which I think is better. So, I don't think I'm going to commentate over the other games. I might, but it takes a lot of time. So, enjoy the other games. Good luck to MIA, MHA, who will play against each other in the semifinals. Good luck to EVE, who has made it to the finals. Congratulations. And I'll see you guys later. Definitely looking forward to another tournament on PS4, though. This was really fun. So yeah, bye.